Hi everybody and welcome back. Really excited to do something just a little bit different than maybe you've done before or maybe you're used to. Today's video is all going to be about different exercises to help you build your strength and your movement and your momentum through your waltz. So we're not just going to be focusing on your rise and fall specifically in your waltz patterns or your waltz basic or your waltz box, but we're actually going to be breaking down some different exercises that you can do at home to help with your foot, ankle, and leg strength, to give you some foundational things that you can build on with your technique to help you create that lovely waltz feeling and that movement that we love to watch in waltz so much. So for these exercises that we're going to dive into today, if you would like to make sure that you've either got yourself a chair, a table, whatever you feel like using just to help out with your balance a little bit. If you want to forego those and just focus on your own posture and balance, you can certainly do that as well. When it comes to footwear, you don't necessarily need your ballroom shoes, bare feet, stocking feet. You can use a mat if you like. Everything will be standing. Make sure that you just listen to your body. So maybe your feet or your legs or your body is not excited about doing releves onto the balls of the feet. So don't worry about that. Just do your best and work up to what you feel comfortable with, and I'll give modifications along the way. So thank you. I'm really excited, and we will see you in the kitchen. So starting off, we're going to start sideways to our chair, our bar, our table, thinking about that posture, lifting up nice and tall, core is tight right to our spine, and shoulders are rolled back. We're just going to begin bending and straightening the legs, cushioning that movement, making sure we're not slamming those knees back, reaching right out of our feet. Bend and stretch. Moving on, we're going to continue with those feet closed in parallel position, heels and toes together, lifting right through that spine nice and tall. And we're moving on, slowly rolling our heels off the floor, rolling right through the feet. Our footwork is becoming really, really important as we look at increasing and developing our movement in your waltz. Also, don't let your body weight go behind your heels. You really want to make sure you keep that body weight where you are. Of course, when you're moving, things will slightly adjust, and these are primarily exercises for you to focus on to help with your own technique. However, the more you understand how the feet and the ankles are going to work, the more your movement will improve. Same thing, we want to stack our feet right underneath our hips, lifting out of our lower back, reaching right out of the top of the head. Parallel feet rolling up and down. So I'm still cushioning through my knees in my plie, and I'm not even coming up to a straight leg position. I'm just working on the feet, pressing those heels forward and down. If that's not a comfortable position for you quite yet, don't worry about it. Just focus on the bending and straightening of the legs. We want to make sure that we're practicing safe movement to help us become better dancers, and of course not injured dancers. All right, moving on. Making sure those toes and heels are connected together, reaching out of that spine, parallel knees and ankles, lifting out of that spine, and we're just going to focus on lifting and lowering the heels. This can be done slower, more quickly, whatever's more comfortable, but we're focusing on that strength in the calves, heels, and feet. Through those ankles, up and down, making sure we're not bringing that body weight back again. Really easy to do in this kind of exercise, especially as our legs get tired. But again, to try and keep that strength and progression, keep that body weight forward, and lifting right out of that top of the head, up and down. And we're gonna add a little bit of a rise to that straight leg and lower, rolling through the feet, back down, through the feet, back down. Now, as you can see, that doesn't mean that my head is going behind me. So even though my feet are acting like a rocking horse or a rocking chair, that doesn't mean that my head and my bottom are rolling far behind me. I'm still trying to keep my weight centered. Now we're heading into your hesitation section. So we're going to start with your left leg reaching right out of the top of the head, pressing our heel forward and back. So your hesitations are not only a great tool to use within your dancing, especially social dancing and such, but they're used so frequently in your waltz. They're also really great to help you develop that movement. So I'm pushing from my back foot and pushing back. So I'm reaching that heel and reaching the toe. We're gonna switch legs. Right leg is gonna come forward and press and press. So right heel comes forward, left toe reaches back. Reach and reach. And as you can see, my body weight isn't going far behind me. So I'm still keeping my weight over my hips, and my weight is moving once I've taken that step. So I'm really using those legs. I'm keeping my toes and my heels connected together, using my floor with the friction. Side hesitations are up next. So I'm going to get my left foot ready, reaching our core right to our spine, out of the top of that head. There we go. And then we're going to press into our other leg. Reach and press. Reach and press. So as you can see, my movement is going down and under to get to the next leg. So I'm not bringing my hips exactly over top. I'm reaching and press. So lower to move, lower to move. Turning around to show you from the back. Pointing that right leg to work the other leg. Lower and move. Lower and move. Relaxing that knee, keeping our heel on the floor, that working heel's on the floor. Our body's gonna follow into that working leg. Lower reach, lower reach, lower reach. And my body weight is not so far behind me. So same principles, just like the exercises we worked on before. So I'm gonna actually bring that bar back because we're going to start off with hesitations forward and back, but just a quick disclaimer, I'm actually going to add a little bit of a rise to that forward and that back hesitation. Now, one thing to note is we never use a hesitation with a foot rise. Body rise, which would be our knees, absolutely. But the only reason why I'm demonstrating it with a foot rise is just to help you better utilize your rise and fall action to help get you that strength through your foot, your ankle, and your leg. Not necessarily so you can go around dancing it socially. And it's great for the core. So making sure that you're working through that leg, pushing from the back leg. And close. From that other side. using that other leg, lifting out of the top of the head. And again, that doesn't mean you have to utilize the foot rise for this exercise. If you just want to focus on that forward and back motion, just like we did before, that's absolutely fine. It's more about the quality of the movement than trying to do a whole bunch of crazy things that your body doesn't feel confident or comfortable with. Pressing from the back leg and back. Pressing from the back leg to rise, working on that core and that balance. Use that core to your spine and lower, not forgetting that lowering action before we move. All right, setting ourselves up to do some more side hesitations with that little bit of releve through the foot, just to emulate that rise and fall action when we're doing your box step. So again, same thing, pressing through that leg and up to a rise. It can be a little bit tricky. So again, hold that core, lower point and press, and lower point and press, lower point, press. Squeezing the legs together at the top of your rise, just like you would in a box step. Lower and release. Just gonna slow it down just so you can see you're really working through the floor to keep that core working and your balance. Press your shoulders into your hips, lower, bring that supporting leg with you, lower, reach, press and squeeze that leg in. Lower, reach, press. Reaching out of the hips, out of your core. Reach and up. Lower, reach, press, and lower. You want to get right to the top of that rise and lower. And again, nothing saying that you have to absolutely do the rise at this time. You can certainly do it on the flat leg. Now that we've worked on those exercises, it's time for the fun part, putting it all together. So reaching right out of that dance frame, shoulders are down, chest is lifted, starting left foot into your box step, and reach, heel, reach, release, reach, close. Slowing it down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's time to demonstrate for those followers. So getting that right side ready, we're reaching out of that spine, opening that beautiful dance frame, opening the chest, shoulders back, checking those arms, and looking to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Toe reaches. 1, 2, 3. Heel. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. 6. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. Like I said, I was really excited about filming this one just because I feel like there's not a lot of information when it comes to basic movements and exercises that we can do to actually strengthen the feet, strengthen the legs, and not necessarily having to do that while we're moving in our dancing. So I hope you found this beneficial. If you do and you want to see more things like this, please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel, and I'm really looking forward to giving you guys a lot more info like this, as well as a lot of other stuff. So thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!